overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the Cowboys going to get the first chance here to search for a winner as we're back underway to start this overtime. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's 2nd down. They run again with Dowdle. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Dowdle. And that won't help much. Only a yard on 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. From the 35, here's the 2nd and 9. Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Dak. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Big stop.
A running play. It's Dowdle. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 38. One overtime. How about two? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. 3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. They run here with Dowdle. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Second and 8 coming from the 19. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Now Prescott. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
And play will be stopped here with 10 seconds remaining in overtime as they've called a timeout. So a big one coming here for Brandon Aubrey. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Here's Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Aubrey now for the point after. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there? And how about that? In a game that's had just about everything, how's that for an answer? Remember, in the past, this game would be over already. But that's a huge play there to give them a fighting chance to go down and possibly tie this game.
So from 135 all the way over to the other. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He shakes him off. Oh, Darnold loses it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And now off to the races down the right side. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And a costly, costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security and in overtime so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. So it's a win here for the Cowboys, and it was Dak Prescott, their quarterback, who really led the charge.
Yeah, he really had his A game tonight. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, and he was instrumental in earning this victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.